Getting to know Joe Biden's long history is very difficult, and very qualified journalists have spent years looking into it. We want to credit most of this information to two men, Peter Schweizer and also John Solomon. John was with the AP and the Washington Post for years. Credible journalist, and Peter Schweizer is as well. Now, who's Joe Biden? Well, you could sum him up as a family guy. Joe Biden and his younger son, Hunter, interviewed by Popular Mechanics magazine. And Hunter was asked, what's the best lesson your dad ever taught you? And he said that family comes first, over everything. He didn't have to teach it by saying it, it was just his actions. That, I think you will understand in about the next 16 minutes, is a massive understatement. The one thing you can never accuse Joe Biden of is his failing of taking care of his own. Joe Biden is a remarkable man with very, very powerful friends. In fact, one of his best friends, Joe Biden's best friends, is this man, John Kerry. Back in 2009, just in time for Biden to be sworn in as vice president, their sons, Hunter Biden, became very good friends with John Kerry's stepson, Christopher Hines. And they went into business together, and it was a lucrative business, it still is. They brought in a third partner, somebody that Hines went to school with at Yale. His name is Devon Archer. These are the players, the fathers and the son and the friend. Now, Devon had also co-chaired Kerry's campaign finance committee when he ran for president in 2004. The trio created some international investment private equity funds. Rosemont Capital was one of them. And they had several different branches. One was Rosemont Seneca Partners. And that branch actually was very, very important because it was right in between John Kerry's house and the vice presidential mansion. So it was pretty nice. And it's important to note here that everything I'm going to show you is fact, backed up with facts, footnoted all the way. But it doesn't prove a crime, because the U.S. Foreign Corrupt Practices Act does not prevent foreign companies from hiring or making special deals with the children of U.S. government officials. This isn't a crime as it is grotesque. There is nothing necessarily illegal about the business deals I'm going to tell you about, even if the wheels of these deals were greased heavily by Joe Biden's interaction with the governments of Ukraine and China. I don't think we're going to make China today. But as you will see, this blurs the ethical line so much that you can't even make out the line anymore. So in other words, what Hunter Biden did may be technically legal. It's grotesque, and the vice president should never have allowed this on his watch, and certainly somebody who does this is as bad as anything the Clintons have done, and I think times 10 perhaps. But we're going to get back to Rosemont Capital and Rosemont Seneca a little later, but I need to introduce you to the partners. And boy, oh boy, when you put a company together, the company you keep is really important. So they made some partners in the Ukraine. Now these partners are kind of spooky, kids. The first one is a former Ukrainian government minister, Mykola Zalewski. He's not really a good guy. The other one is Ihor Kolomovsky. Now he heads a company himself. He's the head of this company. It's called Burisma. Now, this is the largest private natural gas company in all of the Ukraine. Zalewski created Burisma, but then through a complicated web of offshore dealings that we will get to a little later, this is common in the Ukraine, by the way, Burisma ended up being run by this guy. Now, he's such a shady oligarch. He has such a horrible reputation, such a violent reputation. We don't have enough time to cover him. Let's just tell you this. He's bad enough to not be able to get a visa. He can never enter the United States of America. This guy we care about.